All right, guys, thanks for being on. This section, we're going to talk about the Ethos slash Emeritus IUL, and I am basically going to turn it over to Marty and Calvin. But I just want to say this has been super fun to, have any small part in helping build this product, Marty. I think it's going to be a major game changer for us. And, it's cool the partnership we built with you guys and, allowing us to kind of go, hey, what do you guys want built? We'll build it and build it for FFL and their agents so that you guys can be as successful as possible. So anything you want to cover on it, but I know, the one thing I want to say is that I know it was launched on Monday, and I think that we built it in a way that has a lot of competitive advantages over other products that are in the space. And it's something that we have where and again, I know Andrew was telling me this made you uncomfortable when you kept saying it yesterday, but it's something that we have, and it's for us and our agents, so we can use it, and we can use it to recruit people that no one else has, right? So I think that's massive, and we appreciate you doing that for us. So anything you want to cover and anything you want to use Calvin for, because he's written some of them, I figured you guys would be better to kind of give everyone a teaser than me.
Yeah, Calvin's a savant with this product. Actually, probably knows more about it than I do at this point. But let me first back up. Like, you played way more than just a small part in this. I mean, we literally ideated with this 10 months ago, and every week, every month, you were a part of us designing this product. So it has helped us make the current product that everybody has seen come to fruition. It's not perfect, and we're working on continuing to enhance and improve some things. But Zach, you and many of the beta agents, folks like Calvin, were so pivotal to us building this product. And I would even go further back. You've been pivotal in helping us grow this partnership, right? Like we just celebrated just over our 1 year anniversary with Family First Life, and it's been an incredible year. I mean, we've worked really, really hard. I think we've earned your business, and you guys have been incredible partners, which is why we wanted to create this exclusivity in the market. And I think that's important. It may not be forever, right? But I think it is important in an industry where everybody kind of has the same thing. You have a couple things that are nuanced that you can recruit to, right? It's the culture, it's the people. But in this instance, it's the partnership with Ethos that I think is a unique differentiator. And I think Calvin will talk about what the experience has been with selling our product as an extraordinary salesman. But the things that I would tee up in advance of that, and I'll just maybe ask you a couple questions, Calvin, to get you thinking and talking. But we're a technology company that believes, our mission is to ensure the next million Americans. We think we can do that really well with our core product. We know we can do it really well with our new IUL product. And that's foundationally built on process. And so for all of you agents out there, if you've ever written an IUL, this experience will be incredibly enhanced in terms of an improvement of what that process was, with a highly competitive product that is going to pay you really, really well, market comp. And I think a couple other teasers that I would add: $1 million face amount. I think the next closest competitor is 350, and we go down to 25,000 face. So 25 to $1 million of face amount, the ability to do a smart solve or a supplemental retirement solve, all at the push of a couple buttons in one centralized platform, is unlike anything. And I've been in the industry over 25 years. Nothing like this has ever existed in the U.S. life space for a permanent product. So I'm thankful for you, Zach. I'm thankful for Sean's innovative mind, and I'm thankful for folks like Calvin, who have kind of helped us take this product and put it in consumers' hands. And so, I have a couple things at the end that I want to talk about in terms of some incentives we're doing to really, accelerate this partnership. But I'd love to hear from Calvin. I know I was on a discussion with him yesterday where I literally just want to hit replay of what you talked about yesterday. But why don't you tell some of the folks in Zach's organization, like, what your experience has been so far, and what you've liked, and we'll kind of go from there.
Yeah, so a lot of you guys probably haven't already gotten to the Ethos application yet, but it's actually a really awesome program. It's very simple for new agents and experienced agents. It takes a lot of the hard lifting out of being an agent. really, the best part about this product is the time. I know everybody's time is super important, and the timing on how from start to finish of this application. I know they advertise about 15 minutes, but it's significantly less than 15 minutes. I think they're overshooting that a bit. But basically, what you're going to do is you're going to go into your Ethos portal and you're going to click on IUL, and it's going to open up a quote screen just like their regular term would, except it's going to give you a little more features and a little more customization. From a simplicity standpoint of it, no more WinFlex. You don't have to mess with that WinFlex program anymore. It's all built into the Ethos platform, which is going to allow you to take a sliding bar and select the amount of money the client wants to spend per month. And it's going to allow you to also select from a drop down from 4 different options, from a smart solve, a tax-free retirement solve, a minimum death max cash value solve, and a protection focused universal life. You literally only have to select one of those 4 things. The system will automatically calculate the proper structure for that. And then if you really, really want to, you can go in there and adjust from the different types of indexes that it will follow, and it will change what the illustration is going to predict on that product. The cool thing about this, it also highlights all the living benefits inside of that quote screen as well. I'm a big fan of doing a Zoom appointment with the client, so it's super transparent, and I can go straight into the application and they can see everything, and I get a lot less chance of objections, and I don't have to overcome them as hard because it's pretty cut and dry. So basically what you'll do with that is be like, hey, this is a really great product. Why? Because 1, it goes up to $1 million without any medical exam. 2, you can click on a green button that says knockout questions right there, and it will tell you it's a 2-page document. It can't get any easier. It's going to have exactly the conditions they do not take. And it's, you don't take it. So they, that they can't get the IUL, but if for whatever reason you did still submit it, it still will reroute you to another product that will take those conditions. Now,
yeah, real quick on that one, Calvin, let me interrupt you, because I think that's really important. That, if you send any carrier, instant or not, if you send them bad risks, it's not going to get approved. So use that tool. It's a great tool we've built in there for you to know. And then to Calvin, to your point, if they are unhealthy, we will give them a true stage option. And you mentioned true stage. I want everybody to know, because it's non-native, so it's not in the Ethos ecosystem. It will be January of 2024. So there are going to be no delays in getting a decision. It'll all be integrated into the Ethos platform, and we're paying more comp, which Zach, we added 30 more points. And then that's for FFL too.
So basically, it's like a 1 to 3. It's like a 1 to 3 day wait on the true stage. But in 24, Marty said that it should be instant in their platform. But back to like the underwriting piece of it, once you verify that they're healthy enough to get it, you literally just click start application, and it takes you through 15 to 20 questions, 1 question at a time. It's very simple, yes or no's. And then it's going to ask you maybe some additional underwriting questions. And then you'll put the client's banking information in, and boom, you're done. They activate the policy and you continue on with your life. But it does not get any easier. It's all digital. It's one-stop shop.
Yeah, one of the things you talked about yesterday that I thought you did a really nice job of was the riders and the wills and trusts. Like, tell me how you, because this is a little bit more of a complicated sale, oftentimes, like the value of it and people thinking about it. How do you sell? I mean, obviously we have all the living benefits that you're going to want. I mean, Emeritus is an A-rated mutual company, so they have all of that, and we've got our wills and trusts. So how do you talk to clients about that?
I almost forgot. I'm glad you brought it back up. But basically, so here's a quick example. Like yesterday or the day before, I had a client that I was spending like an hour on the phone with, or on Zoom with, going through everything, explaining it super big detail. Like he was just kind of hesitant. I got the vibe that he kind of wanted to shop around a little bit and wasn't super sold on the product. I wasn't presenting it well enough, I don't think. But basically, the last thing, I was kind of throwing a long ball, and it worked really well. But basically, I was like, hey, the great thing about the Ethos perks in this product is that it does come with a free will and trust. And I know you did mention that you were shopping around for something like that. So this is actually going to save you like between $500 and $2,500 for free in your policy that's already included. All we have to do is make sure that you can get approved for the program, and you can make any adjustments to that will and trust as long as that policy is still active. And he was like, great, I'm going to sign up right now. And we did the application, and he got approved instantly. So it was very smooth transition. He got the policy the same day. He paid the same day. I think I already got paid on it. So
we pay every day. So, and we are currently the only 100% bonusable IUL product in FFL. And we worked that out with you, Zach. And so there's a ton of opportunity here, team. Anything else, Calvin, that you wanted to share with the group? If not, I've got a couple, I think, really exciting things as we round out both this week and this quarter to talk about.
I think the number one thing that when you're looking at the Ethos application and product as in general, that you should be, maybe I would always be leading with Ethos. I would go there first. It's going to be the most simple product, the most simple process for you. I would go there, and if something goes wrong where you can't get the client approved and they don't decide to take a TrueStage product, then I would transition to a different product that FFL already offers, because at the end of the day, we still have great products no matter what, but this would be the one I'd be leading with because it pays great comp, you get paid fast, and it's instant decision 95% of the time.
Couldn't have said it any better.
Hey, Marty, the other thing I want, before you go real quick, what I wanted to say was I did a podcast yesterday with someone who runs a big Facebook group in the industry, and they were like, their podcast was about like, it was winning on Wednesday, right? So it was, good, like, what's a cool announcement? And so I told them about this. And then I had like 13 people from that group reach out to me they're like, how do we get this? We have Ethos, we don't see it. And I'm like, well, you can get it, but you have to get it underneath me. And they were like, sounds good. How do we get it? So like, talking about it on one podcast, I hired 13 people from it. So I think that's the other thing that's super unique from a manager perspective that everyone should be utilizing, right? So you don't have to move your whole book of business. Why don't you just get this product with us and write it? And if you like us, great. If not, you can still keep the product. So that, from my perspective, that's how I plan to keep using it. And I think Calvin gave a great perspective from the agent side, right? But anyways, I'll get out of your way and let you go over incentives and everything else you guys got going on.
Look, I think the other thing to that point, Zach, is we're just going to continue to innovate, right? I mean, we've only, when I was talking to Sizer, he said something that really hit me. He's like, I've worked with carriers for a long time, and they talk about building things for us, and they just never do. I mean, we've only been together for a little over a year, and we've already brought you an exclusive captive permanent product. We're going to continue to do that and bring more and more innovative products that you tell us you need. So I would just encourage all of you to tell Zach what you want us to build next. We've got ideas. We're actually working on some things already. A couple key things that I think you want to think about as it relates to this week and then the fourth quarter and then convention. We are giving away, and we're close to almost giving all of them away, but we're giving 100 free iPads out to the first 100 sellers. And so if you haven't sold your first Ethos IUL, I would try and get one in this week. Number one. Number two, we're giving, for anybody who activates a policy, $150 lead credit for every policy between now and year end. And for those of you who don't know about our abandoned cart leads that are in ILC, they're really good. We have direct consumer leads that put in their social security number, high intent buyers that just for whatever reason didn't buy Amazon delivery, kids yelling at them, spouse telling them not to do it right now. Whatever the reason was, an agent can typically move them to action. So they're great, and they're pretty cost effective. So those lead credits are going to be huge if you sell an IUL. And then the third, and the one that I'm like pretty pumped about, that I even got them to agree to this, is at convention we're going to be giving away a car. We're going to take the top 50 Ethos IUL sellers, put them in a raffle, and Sean's going to give away a car at convention. So we're still finalizing what that car will be. It'll probably be something like a Camaro or a pickup truck or a Corvette or something. But it'll be cool. It'll probably be wrapped with an Ethos FFL wrap. So it'll be pretty awesome. So I'm giddy about that. I can't wait to pick the car. And we're working with FFL to help us pick it. So those are the things to think about. And I think the last thing I would say, Zach, to your managers and your team is, we appreciate you. I mean, I don't think we get outworked in helping you guys and trying to be incredible partners. And you have one of the most rewarding, but one of the most difficult jobs in the industry. And I just want to thank all of you for the partnership and for giving us a chance, if you've already done business with us, and thanking you for that and giving us a chance to earn your business going forward. You won't regret it. We'll be incredible partners of yours. So I really appreciate you carving this time out for me with your team, Zach, and Calvin. I always appreciate hearing you, man.
Yeah, no, we appreciate the partnership, like you said, and it's been fun to work with you guys and to try to figure out how it all fits together, because we have very similar goals, right? And I think this product kind of brought a lot of things like, okay, like this is how we can, fit you guys into the main lineup, right? So I love it,
Amen.
man. I appreciate you, Marty. Thanks, Calvin, for jumping on. And guys, thanks for tuning in.
See you guys.